Hello and welcome to the third part of this video called lesson number 3, Nationalism in India. Now, as we in the last video we had talked about the partition of Bengal. Now we will talk about national education, how the importance was given to national education rather than English education. The third feature associated with the Swadeshi or the boycott movement was the national education. Students took an active part in the Bang Bang movement. As a result, many actions such as leaving fine, expelling students from the schools, colleges were taken by the government. This called for an optional arrangement of national school colleges for students. In 1907 CE, 25 national secondary schools and 300 primary schools began functioning in Bengal, and Rabindranath Tagore started Vishwabharati School in Shantiniketan in 1901 CE. So this is the school which was being started by Rabindranath Tagore. The British government failed in subsidizing the Bang Bang movement. Finally, British government had to cancel the partition of Bengal in 1911 CE. It was a historical and a memorable victory of the people of Bengal that was achieved through peace and non-violence means. So this is how the whole of the movement, because of these number of movements which took place, like Bang Bang movement, Swadeshi movement, and in that number of characteristics were also there. Three characteristics were there. So this is how the whole of the movement stopped. Now we will talk about rights of extremists. Now, leaders like Dadabhai Navroji, Surendranath Banerjee, Gopal Krishna Gokhale, Firoz Shah Mehta believed in acquiring political right through constitutional measures. They were known as moderate since they had adopted moderate attitude as per the trend of the time. Moderates The moderates prepared a strong ground for the national awakening by uniting the educated middle class. So, this is how the society or a group were formed of only educated people. They sowed the seed and self rule, equality, democracy, freedom in the mind of the Indians. The outcome of their work formed a group of Indian youths who were enthusiastic, awakened, and confident. So this is whole of the group which was formed. Now we will talk about the moderate leaders. Now who are these moderate leaders? In contract of the moderate ideology, there was a group of three leaders called Lala Lajpat Rai, and from Punjab he was called as Lal. Bal Gangadhar Tilak from Maharashtra, nickname Bal, and Bipin Chandra Pal from Bengal, called Pal. These leaders wanted to acquire self-rule not as a favor but as their rights. They were not asking for any of their favors, but they considered that this is their right to rule their own country. They followed the policy of aggression and revolution, and hence they were called as extremists. So that is the reason they were known as the extremists, because they thought that it is their right. They are not asking or begging for. It was their right to rule their nation. Lokmanya Tilak. And these leaders were also called as extremists. Bal Gangadhar Tilak, popularly known as Lokmanya Tilak, was a prominent extremist leader. He gave the slogan, Swaraj is my birthright and I shall have it. That Swaraj is my birthright and I should have it. He started celebration of Ganesh Chaturthi and Shivaji Jayanti. He started two newspapers, Nesri in Marathi and Maratha in English. Its impact was noteworthy. He played an important role in the Home Rule movement in 1916 CE. Now, the next leader we will talk about is Lala Lajpat Rai. Lala Lajpat Rai, from 1856 to 1928. Lala Lajpat Rai became popularly known as Punjab Kesari or Sher Punjab. He was badly beaten in a lathi charge while protesting against the Simon Commission, and it became the reason of his death. He quoted, "The government which attacks its own innocent subjects has no claim to be called as civilized government." Bear in mind, such a government cannot survive for long. I declare that the blows struck at me will be the last nail in the coffin of the British rule in India. Next, we will talk about Bipin Chandra Pal. Bipin Chandra Pal from 1858 to 1932. Bipin Chandra Pal was one among the trio of Lal, Bal, and Pal. Initially, he came in contact with Brahmo Samaj. He started a weekly New India and a newspaper called Vande Mataram. The British government accused him of provoking. Provoking means to instigate the youngsters in violent activities. He was in favor of acquiring Swaraj through revolution. Revolution, he believed in to rebel against the government. Now, next is establishment of Muslim League. How this whole Muslim League came into existence. In 1906, Britishers had adopted the policy of divide and rule because they believed in that if you want to rule any other country, you have to divide them and you can rule. Nationalism was growing at a quick pace in India, and Britishers found it necessary to break the national unity. They could successfully convince a group of Muslim leaders into forming the Muslim League. It was formed in Dhaka in 1906 CE. The religious head of Muslims was Aga Khan, Nawab of Dhaka, Salim Ullah Khan, Viceroy Minto, and his private secretary Dunlop Smith. He played a vital role in the establishment of the Muslim League. Home Rule movement between 1916. Between 1916 and 1918, when the World War I was closing, prominent Indians like Joseph Baptista, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, G.S. Kaprade, Sir S. Subramaniam Iyer, and the leader of the Theosophical Society, Annie Besant, decided to organize a national alliance of leagues across India, especially to demand home rule or self-government within the British Empire for all in India. During this time, Tilak was conferred with the title Lokmanya. Annie Besant wrote various articles in the Weekly, the Commonwealth, and in various daily news India. Annie Besant appealed to the British government to share administrative powers and grant the whole home rule to India at the earliest. Indian National Congress and the Muslim League supported the home rule movement. Annie Besant was kept in house arrest in Uttakamandalam in Ooty by the British government. Demonstration and protest were launched at various places in India, and finally the British government had to set her free. Now we will continue with the Lucknow Pact of 1916. Lucknow Pact refers to an agreement between the Indian National Congress and the Muslim League at the joint session of both the parties, held in Lucknow in the year 1916. Muhammad Ali Jinnah, then a member of the Congress as well as the League, made both the parties reach an agreement to pressurize the British government to adopt a more liberal approach towards India and give Indians more authority to run their country, because there was not a single representative in any of the government activities. So for that reason, the organization, these organization wanted some of the representatives should also be selected from India itself. The Lucknow Pact also established cordial relations between the two prominent groups of the Indian National Congress, the moderate and the extremist. So, Subhash Chandra Bose was born on 23rd of January 1897 in Cuttack, Odisha. His mother name was Prabhavati and father's name was Janakinath Bose. He was very intelligent since his childhood. He stood fourth in the ICS exam. ICS means Indian Civil Service exam in 1920, conducted in London. Earlier, they used to conduct this exam. If you want to sit for the ICS exam, you have to sit from foreign country. Examination was not possible in India. He joined the Indian National Congress after returning to India and participated in the freedom struggle. He was arrested for 11 times under the political offense. He became the president of Haripura session of Congress in 1938 CE and the second time in the Tripura session held in 1939 CE. The difference of opinion forced him to resign from the post of president of Indian National Congress as he was having differences with Gandhiji. So, for that reason, he resigned as the president of the Indian National Congress. In May 1939, Subhash Chandra Bose formed a new political party called Forward Bloc. When the Second World War broke out in Europe, Forward Bloc launched an anti war propaganda. As a result, Subhash Chandra Bose and his followers were arrested and imprisoned by the government. While in jail, Subhash Chandra Bose went on hunger strike and that deteriorated his health and the government was forced to set him free as he was on a hunger strike. His health totally deteriorated. So the Britishers were very afraid. So they just sent him to his hometown. However, he was kept under house arrest. On 17th of January 1941, Subhash Chandra Bose escaped from the house arrest. He disguised himself as a Pathan. Disguise means having changed one's appearance in order to conceal one's identity. So his what did he do? He disguised himself as a Pathan and reached Berlin via Peshawar, Kabul, and Moscow. He gave a speech on Berlin radio, which shocked the Britishers. From there, he went to Japan via Sumatra. Now, as a chief of Azad Hind Fauj, that is Indian National Congress. Now, an Indian soldier from the British Army, Captain Mohan Singh formed Azad Hind Fauj, that is Indian National Army, with the help of Indian soldiers who had surrendered to Japan as war prisoners. Due to difference of opinion between Japanese government and Ras Bihari Bose, Mohan Singh had to resign. The future of Azad Hind Fauj, that is of Indian National Army, became blurred. Blurred means not clear because as um, Mohan Singh had resigned. With a general consent, Ras Bihari Bose appointed Subhash Chandra Bose as the chief of Azad Hind Fauj on 4th of July 1943. He was given the honorary title of Netaji. Netaji gave the slogan Chalo Dilli and Jai Hind to the Fauj and the nation. So these are the two slogans which was given by Subhash Chandra Bose. He toured the country of Southeast Asia and appealed the Indians living there to sacrifice everything for the freedom of the country. So he tried to appeal maximum people, those who were out of country. He said to people, "You give me blood, I will give you freedom." This slogan gave a new impetus. Impetus means a driving force to the freedom struggle. Role of Azad Hind Fauj. We will talk about what was the role of Azad Hind Fauj. Azad Hind Fauj was reorganized by Subhash Chandra Bose after he became the chief of Arzi Hukumat-e Azad Hind. Proper training was given to the soldiers and the Azad Hind Fauj was divided into various battalions. So, not only the whole of army was divided into different battalions, but a proper training were also being given. Azad Hind Fauj secured victory at various fronts in the eastern border of India like Arakan and Imphal. Later on, the Fauj was forced to retreat. Retreat means to back out. Why? Because of the shortage of food supply and heavy rain. American dropped nuclear bomb on Japan and Japan surrendered. The dynamics of the war changed and the future of Azad Hind Fauj also became hazy. Hazy means uncertain. Now the future of Azad Hind Fauj was uncertain because during that time period, America had dropped nuclear bomb on Japan. Japan surrendered, and the future of the Azad Hind Fauj was also unclear. 4,000 soldiers died and 25,000 soldiers were arrested. Netaji had taken a vow that he will not enter in the subjugated India. Netaji left to Rangoon and Bangkok and moved ahead by air. As per the report published by the Japanese government, his plane that took off from Taipei Airport of Formosa on 18th August 1945 crashed and Netaji being seriously burned to death. So here I end up with the explanation part of this chapter called lesson number 3, nationalism in India.